so you have the master slave communication in that aspect. So that's basically um, the 10x technology. Any comments, guys, about 10x technology? Easy, adjustable. You can plug them into an existing devices and make it work. Next step here is the Zigbee technology. Zigbee technology is wireless. So you have wireless devices, and a receiver and sender. You can talk to. You can add. I don't know, guys. Have anybody have seen a remote control fan? Remote control fan, remote control air conditioning, window air conditioner. There's a lot of remote control right now. You can turn them on and off. So these are similar to these. You have a programmer where you send a signal to them, and you can adjust the speed of that light, not the speed of the fan, the dim the light, all of them control. This is very similar to this. Wireless communication. They use wireless low power radio signals. So what they need to do, guys, they have devices. You have the end devices at the bottom here, and you have your router and your coordinator. So you have to program it and send the signal to. So you have to have a sender, a signal generator, and a receiver at the end to send and receive signals. So you can communicate with these. They're telling me here that they can run this baby up to 100 feet. You can receive, send a signal, and 868 megahertz. There is another communication way of doing it. Z-Wave is another way of doing that. Z-Wave, my friend, very similar to these devices. Here's the limit on, you can communicate wireless again. Look at the limit on them, 100 feet. They are plug-in devices, very similar and compatible with X10. So these are the poor man's way of communicating in a house without wiring it and adjusting it to the existing standards. Here's Insteon. Am I saying it right? I don't know if this is how they say it. Use both. You have wired and wireless, so it combines the wired and wireless. So compatible with 10T. You can look what you can do with this technology. You can turn on and off a light. That's my wife would like that. You can interface with your security devices and fire alarm. You can do the heat, the cool, the humidity in your house. Door locks, you can open and close. If your daughter left the core, you can send a signal from your iPhone to open the door. Control appliances, you put your lunch in the microwave and send a signal from your iPhone, and will cook, start at 50 minutes before I go home. And you can turn audio and video equipment, turn your TV show before you even pull into your driveway. So that's when you get into deeper into the telecommunication industry. I've never seen a house wired this way, but a lot of buildings are. We have building automation system where you can pull it into centralized computer like mine, where you can look with softwares, guys, with the Johnson Control have a software that can look at every air handling unit, every room, the temperature, the speed of the air handling unit. You can interface this one with your security system, pull information about the cameras in your building. So the possibility is endless, from security into heating, cooling, into lighting system, into HVAC, into audio video equipment. You can pull all this stuff together and watch it and look at it. So that's what FYI. What a lot of people guys do is structured wiring. Now this is where you pull Cat5 to different locations, and if my refrigerator is intelligent refrigerator, you guys have seen the vending machine here. Anybody seen the vending machine that has this little antenna at the top, and we can slide your credit card? Have you seen them? So all over. Yeah, the one is here, but in the last 10 years in the last 5 years they've been all over. Anybody have seen it before? I haven't seen it. In the last 5 years they've become all over. So can you see that? This is an intelligent device. They have a telecommunication device with it that every time you slide your credit card, it sends a signal to the router, pick it up. Yep, Chad Kirdy, not a thug. Let him get what he wants. So that's what intelligent devices is, wireless or wired. Does that make sense, Jamie? So structured wiring, this is when you pull your Cat5 into a centralized location, and you can do the following. You can have fiber optics or Cat5, you can get your audio, video data, you can interface your security system with it, you can interface your HVAC equipment. The only limitation, guys, is are the equipment intelligent equipment? Does it have a component in it? We just bought here at Dunwoody interactive inverter, right in, if you guys go to our lab, to the motor lab, an interactive inverter. We're going to bring 10 panels, put them on the roof, tie them to an interactive inverter, and dump them into the grid here at Dunwoody soon. So if you go there, there's a Cat5, 2 jacks Cat5. You can plug into this inverter with the right software that you can get from a manufacturer. You can pull all this information about the inverter, everything you need to know about the inverter. So the new devices right now is intelligent devices. So you can do the same thing with your fridge, microwave, air conditioning, if it's in the intelligent devices. Wired or wireless? Wired or wireless? So structured wiring, you have combination outlets. You can have an outlet and central distribution location. You're going to see a picture. Combination outlets, one outlet that can give you phone data, different plugs that can give you a phone and data. And combination, this is how it looks like. So you bring your Cat5 or fiber optics into this device from the external. You can go with Cat5 and fiber optics or coaxial cable into different location. Out of this box, you're going to get your audio, video, and data across the whole house, wired or wireless. In this case, structured wired, so it's going to be wired. Anybody have wired? Anybody wire something like this? That's what I was hoping, guys, in the apartments that we have will have not as intelligent device as this, just a box, and where we can bring all our Cat5 as well as our coaxial cable and phone in one location. We'll pull them through the whole apartment location. So you can get your telecommunication, your audio, your video, and all this good stuff directly from one hub. Okay, so that's basically what the structured wiring is. There's a few things, guys, talk about. Communication cable, that talks about Cat5 and Cat5 listing. I'll show you a couple of Cat5 here. Optical fiber optics, a couple of standards for listing and testing these, which is becoming a big buzz. And of course, you have to, in Minnesota, we license those guys are power limited technician guys, and it's becoming really specialized, terminating and plugging fiber optics into the building, fiber to building, and so forth. I know all major contractors in the Twin Cities have a section for telecommunication system for one reason, because the electrician keep calling them a half ambers and they don't want to do the job, right? And the other section is really becoming too complicated, and it needs a lot of training, specialized systems, and nobody can, you go from one security system to another, one fire alarm to another, one building automation to another. There's a lot of work in it. So people specialize in them. So we have a low voltage contractor here that comes to you guys next in the spring, and all what they do is it's called the company called Low Voltage Contractors. All what they do is low voltage systems. So it becomes very specialized, and that's where it becomes the proper selection and installation, and meeting the NEC code book for all these systems is doesn't mean you can't do it, but at one time you might have to specialize.
It's pretty much anything out of the ordinary, just pulling Cat5 and coax and stuff, kind of going to specialized.
And most of the people, most of the electricians, like you said, and even the engineers, they will put the conduit and specify the Cat5 that goes into it. Then somebody else will come and plug him in and program the system. We have a elevator right here. I don't know if you guys have seen the new elevator. Were you here when we installed it? The guys who did the elevator were in my class. We do a schematic class. Irony is, they were in my class while they were working at our elevator. So they gave me a ride when they were building that elevator. So all Cat5, from bottom to top, daisy chain, all these plug, when you push the button, they're all plugged in Cat5. And their job is to put these conduit, pull the Cat5 from one section to another, drop it down to the controller in the bottom, and they leave. And then a first level technician will come and run the software from his laptop, verify that all the connections are they're all connected. It will tell you if Cat5 at this push button is not working. They send the signal, identify them, their connection is good, program the system, and off it goes. So really, the wiring, the stuff that they do is putting the conduits on the wires, and then it's like you build the frame, but there is no spirit. The spirit comes through that little software that dump through, and the software is a proprietary. Say it, help me with it. Proprietary software. I hate this word. So you can't. They don't even give it to you if you want to. It's their own. So that's what most of these systems end up being. And there's a lot of cables that can put power and so forth. A couple of terminology that you're going to hear them talking about, RJ and RG, related to the radio grid and register jack, the phone. Connectors, M for mega, giga, and these are all for the speed, how fast the system, you guys are familiar with that. BBS, bytes per second, and hertz. A lot of terminology that they use with the telecommunication. Speed of the internet or speed of the connection is measured in megahertz and megabytes and the bit and so forth. Megabyte per second, that's how, what is yours? 12? Anybody have a 12? They have 12 and they have 20, I think. Anybody has higher than 20 megabyte per second internet coming to their house, residential? So they measure them in 20 megabyte per second. This is how fast you can watch your movies online, basically. Bit is 0, 1, byte, what is it, 8 or 4? I think 4 or 8 bits is a byte, and then and you go from there, megabits. Okay, so your automation can be wired, wireless, combination of all of the above. There's remote control devices. If you can use infrared, this is the infrared technology, guys. I've installed a few of them. Infrared technology, typically you have to be within line of sight, right? So you can push it, point to it, and push it like your remote control. So they use a few of these to control the systems. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to mention about this one. Any comments, any question, building automation? Any question? So your options, wired, wireless. Wired, come to a hub, you bring all your Cat5 and cable TV and pull all this information together. Let me go to a couple of we talked about this boy, couple of Cat5. Here's a multi-function jack, guys. A lot of people have seen that one, where you can get phone data, audio, video from one jack like this. Typically a good installation. We talked about this one, guys, where you have you can see your Cat5 is coming in here. You can see your phone lines and coaxial cables. Different type of cables, guys, you can buy. Look at this. I don't want to even go there because you can have, look at this cable. You have coaxial cable and Cat5 in one cable, multi-cables. The possibility, like I said, is endless in this. Okay, the last thing I want to say, guys, is that you hear about Cat1 through, there's Cat1 through Cat7. A lot of people, guys, use Cat5 and Cat5e, and they're all related to 4 pairs of conductors. Most of them, Cat5 and Cat5e, there are 4 pairs of conductors, means you have 8 conductors. The more conductors, the more highways. Imagine, here's how I think about it, guys. Think about these cats as lanes in a highway. The more lanes, the faster the cars can go, right? Because you have more room for them. So every time you hear about 4, like Cat5 have 8, you have 8 lanes in the highway. Now that's the lanes, and then they go for Cat5e, then they make the conductivity of these copper much better, so you can go faster in these lanes. You have 8 lanes, so the difference between 5 and 5e, they make the cover better, so you can run faster. So then you get into, can you see the speed here? And again, I'm not an expert in that one. So you go from up to 100 megahertz to 350. Means you can shoot more data through these highways. Then they have Cat6, where they separate them because of interference. So you guys can research it. There's so much information. You can separate these pairs from each other because of interference at a certain speed, at a certain speed. So to get you a better telecommunication system. 7 is not there yet. Any comments, guys? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Any comments about using these Cat 5? You are a Cat 5 or Cat 5e right now, for the most part. You can use your Cat 5, guys, for a lot of stuff. You can use it for data, for audio, video. You can use it for almost a lot of people, guys, throw a Cat 5 and off it goes. Any comments, any questions about this? So that's probably all what I have for you on this chapter. Just a quick introduction to there's a few things, guys, when you install Cat 5 and all these system, keep the runs as short as possible. In page 666, keep them as short as possible. Do not kink the cables. Use rounded or depth stop plastic staples at the end. So do not use nail guns when you do these cables. What happened to that? You put nail guns, you're gonna put pressure on them, you're gonna screw up the speed of these cables. So there's a lot of, you're gonna keep them also 12 inches from power, remember? 2 inches, if they're underground, 12 inches, 2 inches away from the power lines, power and lighting circuits. So there's a few recommendations of how to do these systems. Okay, any comments, guys? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Somebody's car is on. All right. I'm gonna flip